Guinea pigs. Guinea pigs is el conejillo de Indias.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I don't. Okay.
Okay, so, we are on live on YouTube. So welcome to the participants that are online or will be see the video after this session. And Marisa, you can continue with the last part of the activity. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Alicia, and welcome to the participants and inviters to this session. And so after the two groups have been talking about the two questions proposed at the beginning, I'm going to present the conclusions. We start with the group Ecolab 1, and you can talk. One representative of this group can talk about the conclusion that I will show you in the screen. Sorry, but Alicia, I cannot share the screen. The system says that you don't want to let me share. Yeah, okay. Can you see the screen with the conclusions of the first group? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So please, one of the members of the group can explain briefly of these options. Not all together, please. Where are the first group?
David.
¿Qué pasa?
The first group, it was David. David, Nancy, and others.
Yes. What do you want?
To talk briefly about your conclusions, because
my conclusions. Okay, this one. We are talking about the different projects and papers that we have presented in the track, and related to the question 1, we have highlighted the positive answers about colleagues and the subjects and the students. Also the creation of new documentation, and that it's possible to have a lot of documentation, a background about how to improve an educational stage with using project-based learning, how to improve competencies, how to improve digital areas, how to improve a lot of things. And for this reason, it's very easy to add or to create a new experience. Also, we have highlighted as a positive answer that the students' participation and disposition is important, because they are thinking that the traditional class is poor, and new methods, more activity is better for them. And the use of real projects and close to the real society, to the real needs of our environment is a positive answer to develop a project inside of the class. On the other hand, there is clear that the teacher saturation, that the time to develop this time of educational improvements and also to have the time and enough time to develop is a real problem. We have identified the sample because it's easy to create an educational innovation better in a close group, in a small group. In this case, the problem is that you can create the innovation, but the problem is to relate this innovation with the research, because the sample maybe is not valid for a quantitative research. And in this case, we need to create new approaches, for example, in a mixed method, or maybe using a qualitative approach. We have cited, for example, the Delphi approach and the bipolar laddering approach. And finally, the time to relate, as I have explained, the time to relate education and innovation with the research, because it's necessary to think and to extract the conclusions and to create an scalable project and a scalable design that you can share with your colleagues, or maybe you can share with other areas of the university, of the college, of the high school, to develop the project in a better way. And
well, one moment, please. I'm very sorry, but I didn't say what were the questions. And if there are some people who is new in the connection, they didn't know. They don't know what are the questions. Sorry. And so, one moment. They were the questions. And so the first one, David was explaining, was what were the advantage or the barriers that the authors of the papers have found during the implementation of the educational innovation experiences. And the second one is to identify an action that the participants think that the government or the universities or the teachers should do to improve the educational innovation implemented by the teachers. Okay, sorry, I'm very sorry. So please, David, you can.
And the question two, some ideas, some elements, some proposals to different levels to follow these educational innovations and to improve the proposals. Logically, in the institutional government, oh my God.
Sorry.
In the government level, of course, to create new funding grants, new possibilities to share and to collaborate between universities, because we think that all the grants is an internal view in the university, and it's very difficult to find grants collaborating with different universities, and it's very complicated to focus only in education innovation, because the most of one are focused on the research. If we go down one level to the institutional level, it's important to focus and to create a clear options for the teacher professional career to improve. We have the research essential, and we have other items more focused on the PhD and the doctoral career, but it's important to add new educative aids, essential, and other items for creating a motivation in the teachers to start this type of educational innovations approaches. And the same case that in the first level, open the calls of funding for other universities, not only the same university, because then you can create networks with more powerful to develop or to share the work that you want to develop. And finally, to the last level in the same colleagues and teachers, maybe give documentation or create this documentation and support to the students to follow the instructions, because the clear example, no? We are working in this project-based learning and working in groups then to develop the teamwork competence. Okay, and you have explained how to develop the teamwork competencies, what are the roles of the students, what are the tasks that you need to identify, what are the diary that you need to create to share and to divide the task. It's important to create this type of elements to develop the competency. It is necessary to create the rights and the documents, and it's necessary to create the motivation of the teachers, and it's related to the second level, no? And it's important to the continuous learning process of the teachers. If we need to, or we want to develop this type of competencies, or we want to incorporate this type of action in my class or in my subjects or in my faculty, first of all, time to have the training for this, because then if we don't have the training time, then you are spending a lot of time searching for resources, searching for documentation, create new type of evaluations and assessment, and maybe with the currently training before to start the education innovation, you can develop more quickly and in easy way, no? That's all.
Okay, thank you very much, David.
You're welcome.
So the next, okay, I only wrote, I have written the barriers, but I had, one moment. I don't know if it's possible. So, you can see that?
Yes.
The manuscript?
Please sign, because maybe
yes.
after years.
Well, I can.
This is innovative.
Innovative, yeah, okay. Of course, I will translate it into in the PowerPoint, the presentation. So, Alicia, do you want to say something? in order to translate the manuscript?
The voice.
No. No. So these notes, okay, my notes are not the best. I say that. Okay, so the barriers, we some of the barriers that come to our discussion was to the difficulties to use the technology, that there
Alicia,
is problems.
Alicia, better this or sorry, compartir.
What?
One moment. This, Alice?
Yes.
Well.
The difficulties to use the technology. Also, sometimes teachers don't like to innovate, and teachers don't want to risk, and they need extra time to implement the educational innovation. Financial problems of the students regarding the digital gap. Also, the age of the teachers sometimes could be a barrier. And also the digital competence of the students when they arrive to the university. Regarding the positive part, I only note motivation. But so maybe my other colleagues in the group could add something related to this. But the motivation of the teachers is one of the positive parts of that can help to implement educational innovation. And also we talk about training, receive training about different skills and design thinking, entrepreneurship skills. Critical thinking could have help to implement educational innovation. And I don't know if my colleagues want to add something. Maybe I forget something, so.
Sorry?
Okay, so I will continue with the second question.
Sorry, one moment. The training to improve the skills do you mean that there is a training or that exists this training to improve, or you need to the training?
The training, if the teachers if the teachers receive training in different skills,
it
could be helpful
to the
yes.
Yeah.
It's not directly related to educational innovation actions. It's related to the starting point of implement educational innovation.
Yeah, okay.
And regarding the second question, from the policy point of view, it could be introduce trained teachers when they join to the academic career in some way from the government part. So it should be mandatory for all the institutions. Although this measure could be also introduced at institutional level. At institutional level, work within service training, work within service teachers, providing training for them from the institutional point of view. Also train future teachers. Future teaching, not only future teachers that will continue the career in the academic sector, but also in the secondary and primary schools.
You see, pay attention to the future teachers. Okay.
Yes. Give more support through the institution through fundings. So the institution should provide more funding for support educational innovation. Something that works in secondary school and other levels is to take into account the extra time, give credits or something like that to the teachers, so they have a motivation to introduce educational innovation. And from the professional point of view, training in entrepreneurship skills.
Under what? Sorry?
And
if you say I don't write. I don't write it.
Emprendimiento, pero en inglés.
This is for institutions or for who?
For professionals.
Professionals.
For teachers.
Yeah.
Critical thinking, entrepreneurship se escribe.
Sí, sí.
Critical thinking, design thinking, and other methodologies.
Well, sorry. Sorry, what more?
Design thinking, critical thinking.
Haz una cosa, Alicia, pon el Google, pon entrepreneurship y que lo diga la señorita de Google.
Tengo los cascos y I have the earphones and all.
Es que no puedo hacer las dos cosas. A ver, un momento.
Maybe I forget some of the conclusions of our Ecolab too. So maybe other participant could add something or take another note.
And about government, what did you say?
What about?
What government should
about
do?
Government should be also the train, because some of the actions could be achieved through the institution or through the government level.
Okay, well, okay. So I don't know if well, I will try to translate the papers, and I will put better in a better way. Somebody wants to say, to fix some idea or to add some option.
There is some questions. There are comments in the streaming in YouTube.
Okay,
So Maria Julia Baratore say that considering the government involvement, I personally think that the contribution cannot be limited to grants. It's necessary to create an impact persistent over time. It is very important to have an integrated collaboration with them. And she has a question. Do you have any experience of a direct involvement with government?
Some experience with about, I don't know, with what. One moment, I'm trying to put the question.
I just wrote the question in the chat, so you can, all of you can check the question.
Yes, one moment. I have to put, one moment. I'm sorry, it's the problems of the direct. Is, what is this? Oh my God. Where is the, I don't find the streaming.
No busques el streaming.
Ah.
The chat. In the chat you can find the questions. In this chat.
In this chat?
Yes.
Oh my God. Pues aquí tampoco lo encuentro. I don't find it because I am sharing esto and
if you move the mouse to the top of your screen.
Oh my God, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I mean, you cannot find in the 3 dots.
Chat off.
Click there, and that's the chat.
Oh, wow. Okay. Any experience of somebody has any experience of a direct involvement with government?
We have worked in the past we are working in a project of the Minister of Spain. In this case, is the Dugain for City, with different mayors of the around Barcelona, Viladecans, Santa Coloma de Gramenet, etc., has proposed how to define some different elements and parts in the urban tactical proposals to us, and in this case, with the two universities that we are working in the project. First of all, the Polytechnic of Catalonia developed a project that gives to the neighbors and to the citizens around the area that the mayor wants to develop to share the idea. Then the citizens propose changes and options. Finally, we in the Ramon University developed the virtual scenario and create the interaction with the different elements that the citizens have defined to put inside of the tactical project to give to the citizens and to the mayor and to the final process to define the city and to define the tactical final project. The main problem that all the citizens and we have developed inside of the project, the mayor doesn't want to develop, or maybe it's more expensive, or is not related with the architect ideas of the mayor or the institution. And finally, because of political problems, or because are arriving the elections or something like this, all the proposals has not defined and not implemented. Then the problem is the institutions want something to develop and doesn't listen the needs of the citizens, of the universities, of the neighbors, and finally they develop the project that they want to develop, but not the project that all the elements of the use has defined.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. And Susana says that as regards higher education, do you know any action taken to train future teachers in PhD programs? Well, I think I have not enough time, but I think there are actually in Spain there is a program in which they encourage people who is doing PhD programs in order to do any training courses that the institutions prepares. Because, for example, at the University of Zaragoza, all of the research they called personnel training researcher personnel can do any training course directed to the that they are focused into the teachers, and they can do all of these courses. And so I think they are encouraging in these aspects. Well, the time is over, and I only want to show you that, well, our questions, Angel and I proposed these questions in order to compare these answers with respect with a study that we did in the past. And I show you here, one moment. If I can, yeah, okay. Can I see? Can you see that? It was a survey for teachers. Well, sorry, it's in Spanish, but we will translate and we will send you conclusions by comparing this survey that we did in 6 years ago with respect to your answers. And we will send you this study also to see what kind of things, for example, here, what aspects make easy the educational innovation, and what were the barriers, and so well, also what kind of actions can help to improve the educational innovation in this last table. So we will translate all of the options in order to understand for everybody, and we will send you our conclusions. And so I'm very sorry we have not more time, Alicia. I think is in a new session. And thank you very much for your participation. So Angel and I can want to thank you.
Soy su hijo, dígame.
Sorry?
No, it's another audio.
Oh, sorry. And we thank you your participation. Thank you very much. And with all of the conclusions well written, we will send you the conclusions and this study in order to compare what we are thinking now and what we were thinking 6 years ago. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Marisa. And sorry to all for the problems, technical things and those.
The same.
We will improve this during the conference, so attend through the YouTube channel, please.
Okay. Thank you very much.